What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the legendary Founding Titan, and to my surprise, so I was thinking about doing another tier list, but I didn't know what. And funny enough, there's actually a Halo Wars unit tier list where it actually has like all the, well, obviously the units, and you can just place them in as you please. I didn't think they actually had this, but they do. Which is quite interesting. I wanted to do something with a tier list. And I think this is it because discussed my opinion with like each individual faction leader, but that doesn't really narrow down like what I think about like specifically the units. We're getting completely like obliterated by ads, but we'll work with what we got. You know what I mean? I do like Coke though, Bubba. Hot damn. But yeah, so let me just adjust some things. So I just want to get rid of. Did I get which one? Did I get? I got rid of D. What the? Well, okay. Well, we'll just do that then. How about that? Can I do that? Boom. There we go. Yeah. So I think that's all we really need. Those. Yeah, those 6. All right. So, interesting. So we can kind of, I guess we just go in order from here. Just Banshee and then all the way to Wraith. I guess we'll just do it that way. That seems easiest. So, okay, yeah, so this is unmodded, by the way. All, like, just unmodded vanilla Halo Wars units, basically. So yeah, this should be interesting. So... I kind of want to skip Banshee for now. I don't really want to talk about it just yet. So, let's talk about the Brutes. Basically, like, the special infantry unit that the Brute Chieftain gets. I think they're pretty good against, obviously, the heavy hitters, like, Scorpions, Cobras, all that type of shit. They can really shred vehicles. They're not even really that bad against air, surprisingly, despite them using brute shots. You would think that they would have bad time with air, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. Like a full air force will take them, like a full force of brutes out. I'm pretty sure, but they'll do some damage. I mean, it's kind of surprising how well they are against air. The one thing they aren't good against is infantry, though. But they are a very solid unit and very good for rushing. You can easily rush someone's base with these guys because they do a fuck ton of damage as well, especially with upgrades. Not that you're going to be upgrading them too much in the early game, I would say, but I think at no point in the match they aren't like completely off the grid for viability. Like in any stage of the game, they are gonna kick some ass, especially since UNSC build tanks. I mean, there's always gonna be someone in a 3v3 match. There's always gonna be at least one guy building tanks. Like I can almost promise you that there's always gonna be that one guy building tanks. I would say it's definitely a solid unit. I wouldn't say either B or A. I'd probably say A. I think with the jetpacks as well, they just are able to, specifically with maps like Fort Dean, where they can just jump over, the walls, they can jump over, the bases. They're very good for just getting around obstacles that, other ground units would have trouble with. I feel like Brute, like these guys alone, make Cutter's job a little bit harder. Just because, Cutter's all about trying to lock down maps like 14, but with those Brutes, he really can't do that, like, too easily. I feel like Brutes are just really well-rounded, very good. Very solid unit indeed. It actually got the Grunt Squad. I guess is it the Brute Squad? Do we have an Elite Squad? Oh yeah, there it is right there. Making sure. Okay. So they have a Brute Squad. This is like the Grunt Squad you get with the Brutes. I'm not sure. I don't think. I kind of think it's the same way with these guys. Like, they're about the same. It's just, like, with the Brute instead of the Elite. Like, the Elite's better against infantry, but the Brute just makes it better against vehicles, which honestly might give it the edge over most situations, because, like, UNSC is, like I said, there's always going to be at least one guy building, you know, tanks. So having a guy that does a little bit more damage to vehicles is definitely useful. I definitely don't think they're better than the Brutes just because they can't use the jump jet and they're just only one Brute. But they're still pretty solid. I'd probably say, I think B tier. I think a B tier is a pretty nice spot for them, honestly. Cyclops. I mean, I know I made that one video way back when where Cyclops has destroyed the world. But the vanilla-based game, because I can tell you that wasn't vanilla-based game. They don't one-shot race, ladies and gentlemen. They don't. This thing is what's the nice way of putting it? I love it. Like, I actually do love this unit. Like, I have a love relationship with the Cyclops just because it looks so goofy looking. It's just, I love the kill animations on infantry where they literally pick a Brute up and literally just swirl them around like a lasso. Like, that shit is so funny. But in terms of, like, viability, they're just, I don't think they're F tier, but, like, you're not using them for much. Kind of, the way the tier list kind of works, by the way, is, like, A is, like, you know, some of the best shit, like, most meta picks, I guess. And then B tier is kind of like, you know, your average picks. C tier is kind of shares average, but it's, like, a little bit below average. D is just kind of poopy, and then F just slides it in the game. So to kind of, like I said, it's very situational. Like, it's something you're not gonna really spend much like money in. You might get the first upgrade for, like, repairs, because having a couple Cyclops guys are not too bad when trying to heal, like, let's say a 14-starred Grizzly, for instance, because those Spartans have a fuck ton of health in a tank. So it's not too bad for that. Like I said, it's very situational, though. I would say, I'd say D tier. I love you, buddy. I really do. I mean, they are building killers, but they kind of fucking suck ass at it. Like, just use tanks. Even, like, tanks, like Scorpions, Cobras, even Wolverine, for God's sake, are better at killing buildings than these things. Honestly, Cyclops kind of buff my boy. Just buff him. He needs help. I love him, but in the vanilla branch, he is very, very situational. Elephant. I kind of feel like it's the same way. Very situational. You're really only using them for, like, well, obviously, like, an outside barracks to, you know, be able to reinforce, well, for instance, like Fort Dean. Maps like that where you can lock a wall down or any tower down to get, like, maybe sights on an enemy base, you know, or their troop movements before they get there, like in docks, you know, you have those towers in the middle. So that, you know, you can definitely get kind of a head start and, you know, be able to reinforce positions kind of nicely with that elephant, but I don't know. It's very situational. The elephant doesn't do jack shit for damage. It might as well just be shooting fucking pellets at you at all times. Like, even against infantry, it doesn't really do much. Unless the infantry is, like, unupgraded. Yeah, I think I don't think it's as bad as the Cyclops. There is certain maps where it definitely excels in. Like, I think 14 is probably one of the best maps for it. 14 and maybe... not Labyrinth. Isn't there another map with walls? Glacier Ravine. Glacier Ravine, another 3v3 map. Yeah, Glacier Ravine. It's not too bad for that, but I don't know. It's very, very situational. It's just not as situational as this guy right here. Engineer. Covenant Engineer. Honestly, Engineer, huh? I'm a... I know that seems kind of weird, but I'm putting it in S tier. Not specifically with the Engineer itself, like, it's just the strategies that you can do with Engineers is kind of crazy. For instance, if you, let's say you have a 4-star chieftain, 5-star chieftain, whatever, you heal that motherfucker with the Engineers, and once he gets to full health, you can obviously use him again. And what's great about this, though, if you have multiple bases as well, you can teleport him. Let's just say, for instance, your main base is under attack. You teleport your leader to your side base, which has like Engineers to heal him real quick. Then you can teleport him back to your main base, and wait for him to get low. Rinse and repeat, right? So I feel like because of that, I feel like, and not to mention the Super Scarab, we can't forget about that, where you have 30 Engineers on one Scarab. If there isn't a Captain Cutter on their team with 4 max ready, that's going to be your worst fucking nightmare, let me tell you. I mean, I guess a Cryo Bomb could work too, but, I mean, it's, whatever. But yeah, like, the strategy you could do with an Engineer, I mean, you're not... I don't think in any game you're shying away from wanting to build them. Like, I think Covenant want to build them almost every game. Just because they're so viable. Like, they're so good. They're such a nice support heal. I mean, it's their only way of healing without, like, the healing things on the map. So, yeah, I feel like you're always be building them. They're always somewhat viable for pretty much, every situation. Healing your base, healing your chieftain. Because Covenant have, pretty tanky shit. Like, they have the Scarab, they have your leader. It's just, there's a lot of stuff to heal that can really just use that Engineer support to really change the tide of a battle. I mean, healing your allies' base. Like, there's so many things that this guy can do. Just by healing around, moving around super fast. He's nice to have. Definitely, I would say probably S tier unit for S tier for the Engineer for sure. I feel. Flamethrower. You want to see Flamethrower? Flame on, bitch. I mean, obviously it's good at killing infantry, but the problem with it, it's like, why not just build that? Grizzly, Scorpion, like, fucking anything else almost. Like, I mean, Warthogs, like, I don't know. I feel like just about any other unit, like, the only thing that flamethrowers, like, the only reason you're really building a flamethrowers is if, like, their leader is... Well, okay, there's 2 instances where you build flamethrowers, in my opinion. You either build flamethrowers, if you expect that they're gonna rush your ass with, like, 3 Covenant leaders or something. Or you build flamethrowers to prevent, to try to kill a high-level leader, as they do the most damage, by far, to Covenant leaders. So, when Covenant leaders do get veterancy, they become very fucking strong. Flamethrowers are really the only thing that's going to still do a lot of damage to them. So I feel like in that instance that you would want to use the flamethrowers, but I feel like because of the anti-rush and because to kill leaders in general, I do think they are in B tier. They are definitely a little bit better than situational, I'd say. I think they're just in the average, you know. Not really meta like A tier, but yeah. Definitely something you're going to pick up. Ah, shit. Covenant Ghost. Let me tell you. So, Covenant Ghost. It's cheap. It's good at scouting. It's fast. Decently fast. What it kind of lacks in is durability of any kind or damage of any kind. But, I mean, for scouting, it's pretty good. At the same time, though, you could just use the Banshee, which is, like, far better, and you probably won't lose the Banshee scouting. You'll probably lose the Ghost scouting every time. But, I mean, it's cheap. If you need to throw something, if you just need to throw shit at someone, Ghost ain't too bad of a choice. But I don't know. In all technicality, though, like if you're trying to say that like they're beating anything in a fight, or if they're like, there's not much they can kill. Like the only thing they can fight is flamers, flamers. I think, is that actually? Bro, I think that's actually it. I think they can only fight flamethrower guys, and that's it. And the worst part is they can't even fight them without their shield. They have to have fucking shields to even fight flamethrowers. Otherwise, they'll even get shredded through that. They'll even get shredded from flamethrowers if they don't have shields. So, I think it's kind of, I think it's D tier. Like I said, it's good for scouting. It's good for throwing shit at people, but like, I don't ever see anyone build them. Like, just build Banshees. Like, they're so much faster. They have a larger area to where they can see around them. I mean, it's all around a better scout, and it's more meta anyway. So, just build Banshees if you're winning a scout. Gremlin. Gremlin's really interesting. Very interesting unit. So obviously you're not like like lining them. You're not like mass producing them, but they are very, very good. Especially against Cobra lines. Well, if you can even get to the Cobras. If you can get to the Cobras with a few Gremlins, though, it's really nice. Gremlins are really good at locking vehicles down. Like, I think 3 or 4 of them can, like, perma-lock your ass. If you don't have anything to count, if you don't have any, like, air or infantry to, like, push that Gremlin, it's gonna be a fucking hell of a time. Even for Spartan tanks. I don't... Would I say they're meta pick? Like, in A? I feel like they're kind of more B tier. I feel like you don't really need them. But they're nice to have. Like, they're definitely a nice utility unit to have. Especially against, like, high-level tanks. High-level tanks... because, like, if you have let's just say, for instance, you have an Anders and a Brute Chieftain in that specific circumstances, Gremlins are beautiful then, because if something's running away from Chieftain, and the like a Spartan, for instance, and a Gremlin stuns him, well, that Chieftain can pull him and then stun him himself, and then once he's stunned by Chieftain, that Spartan's fucking dead. So, unless they try to Pelican that Spartan out or something, but otherwise, yeah, like, that Spartan's fucking dead. Very good for isolating targets, like high-level threat targets like Spartans and tanks. Yeah, I don't think it's meta pick like these guys, but it's up there. I can see an argument for A tier. I can definitely see an argument for it, but not quite there for me. Grizzly, one of my favorite units. By vanilla, it kind of fucking sucks. Yeah, I feel like Grizzly is, I kind of feel like it's... I, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Only because it is more useful than a grizzly, or it's more a grizzly is more useful than a grizzly is more useful than a cyclops and a ghost. But the problem with a grizzly, it's that it's just worse than a scorpion. It's a waste of an upgrade. The only time that I would ever use grizzlies over scorpions is if you're fighting only Covenant. That's it. Like that's the only time. Like if you're only fighting Covenant, which like never happens, then go for it. Like, grizzlies aren't a bad choice then because, you know, hunters have a tougher time with grizzlies because they do more damage to hunters than scorpions do. Not with shrapnel, but with their base damage, that it does a lot more. Yeah, they're very situational. Not very many instances where I'd actually build one. Want to build one at all. Despite them being one of my favorites, they're just kind of meh. Elite, the Grunt Squad with the Elite in it. I feel like it's kinda... I feel like it kinda goes in C tier. Reason being, it's just, there's not really much for it to do. Because, like, Marines are better than them. The Brute Squads, I mean, they won't lose to them. But, like, Brute Squads are more viable against the UNSC counterparts. So, yeah. And then... I don't know. There's just not really things for them to fight. It's just kind of a thing with an HP pool, and you just throw it at someone. And that's about the only thing they're doing is being a sponge for you, I guess. A small sponge. That's all they really are. They're not doing much for damage. Grenades aren't bad, but against UNSC bases, you need like 1 million of them to do any damage. And then that's if you can even get past their fucking tanks of these things, which you probably can't. And then Covenant base have shields, so the grenade is kind of useless on that. I'll just take the shield down. So I don't know. It kind of just below average, just kind of situational, I'd say. Honor Guard. Honor Guard, baby girl. Let me tell you what. So despite, you know, Honor Guard's giving me a hard-ass boner when I have 1 million of them on my side. They're not really too great. They're not too bad for defense because, well, units like to circle jerk your base when they're, you know, attacking it. But Honor Guards are kind of nice at just swiping them away like a fucking fly swatter. Although that's about all they're doing is just, you know, trying to use a fly swatter against them. It's not really too effective against tanks or air. They can't hit. They need a bigger fly swatter to hit the air. Yeah, but like against like Covenant leaders, it's really solid. Like a few Honor Guards will fuck an Arbiter's ass open if the Arbiter's not upgraded and he's not raging constantly. And they have a decent HP pool, so even if he is raging, it's gonna take a little bit to kill these guys. They're pretty beefy. I say they're about the same tier as these guys, though. I was debating between C and D, but I think they're definitely better than D tier. Just, it's situational, I'd say. Okay. Hornet. I'll be real with you. I think the Hornet's, like, dog shit. I think it's, like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know if anyone builds them. Like unless you're Anders and building Hawk, like, building them into Hawks, like, I don't know, man. Like, they just fucking die. Like, that's all they do. They die, like, almost instantly. They do, like, barely any damage, it feels like. Like, I feel like I've killed an army of Hornets with Brutes. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen their performance, I'd say. But, like, from what I remember... And I know I played Legendary Campaign, which I know they have modifiers, but, dude, like, there's no point in that campaign where Hornets do anything but die. They're so weak. Like, it's like they have negative health. I swear to God, it feels like like the Hornet's decaying as it fucking moves around. It has so little health. Like I don't know. I send like a force of Hornets at someone and it feels like they just like instant fucking blow up. Like it's just like they tripped over a snake or something and then just shattered into billions of pieces of glass. I don't know. Like they're pretty fucking trash. I'm honestly debating on putting them in F tier. Like I don't know, dude. Like like who are you fighting? Like what the fuck are you fighting that thing with? Hunters? Honor guards? Because I can't even hit the damn things? Gremlins? Flamers? I guess? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this motherfucker could kill a Hornet. I mean, probably not, but God, I wouldn't put it past it completely. I don't know. Like, Hornets are trash, dude. Like, they don't do... I mean, Hawks are great. Hawks are fantastic, but Hornets... They lose to their rival, which is Banshees. The Vampires just skull fuck them. Warthog... I know for a fact Warthogs can beat a whole army of fucking Hornets. I know that for a fact. Wolverines can absolutely skull fuck them. Brutes can skull fuck them. Pretty good. ODSTs skull fuck them. What doesn't skull fuck them? Like, I guess vultures? Which isn't saying much. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm putting it in F tier. I honestly have no idea why this unit exists. Like, it's so bad. It has no health. It just dies. It's like it just... It's like a breath of... It's like a breeze hits the cockpit and the fucking thing just rips in half. Like, I swear these things just... I don't know. There's probably someone like, what? The Hornets are fucking badass. What are you talking about? Dude, I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. I know Hawks are. I know Hawks are badass. But Hornets, I've never seen them do much. They have no HP. They have no HP. Their damage is just embarrassing. I think I killed a Locust. I don't know. Pretty bad unit. I would not ever build this fucking thing. It's just... It gives me, like... It gives me, like, a very bad taste in my mouth even thinking about these things. They're just... Not good. Not good at all. Hunter, brother. Hunter brothers. Bubba and Hubba. Fucking hell. Where do these guys go? Well, definitely not F. Definitely not D. Definitely... You know... I feel like if... I don't know. A or B for Hunters. I want to say... I'm feeling A. I'm feeling A tier. Now, I won't deny, a full army of Hunters versus a full army of tanks is kind of shitty. Like, it doesn't really work as well as you'd hope. But I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like Hunters are a very... they work well with others, I feel. Like, Hunters with Banshees, for instance. I feel like Hunters with Banshees, or even Hunters with Brutes. I feel like if you have that kind of chemistry, I feel like your chances of success against tanks goes up like 150%. Like, because Hunters just have the HP. They are, you know, the tanks. They got beefy amount of health. They can deflect shrapnel. They're pretty fucking solid. Hunters are really, really solid units. So, like I said, I don't think they're like like A tier just because of themselves being good at killing tanks. It's mainly when you put them with chemistry. I feel like you gotta have chemistry with them. Like if someone, like for instance, if someone builds like gremlins, right? So they can slow the tanks down or stun them, then the hunters are definitely, to belong in A tier. Like I just feel like hunters are only A tier when they have great chemistry with other units. But because of the units that do have good chemistry with them are pretty much meta, that's kind of why they do go in A tier. Because more than likely, the units that work well with them are going to be in the game somewhere. There's probably going to be brutes if there's a brute chieftain. There's probably going to be banshees if there's another covenant leader, or if you're a covenant. You're probably going to want to build some banshees with those hunters. And, if there's an Anders, they're definitely going to build some gremlins for your ass. So, I definitely feel like hunters has their place, but with just good chemistry. That's what it's all about, is good chemistry with those hunters. Because the hunters will shred tanks. They will shred them. They just got to catch up to them. So if you could slow their tanks down and let those hunters just eat them up, then you're golden, dude. I feel like those hunters are just really good at the team, really. Jackal! Dinosaur? Raptor? Fucking raptor thing? I think Jackals... B tier. I feel like Jackals are B tier because not many times do you really need them. I feel like against Covenant leaders, yeah, you're definitely gonna need them for those. But I don't know. I feel like with dealing with infantry, it's kind of more the UNSC's job with their tanks. But if you're by yourself in a 1v1, or you're both Covenant, or all of you are Covenant, definitely gonna need these guys for killing infantry. But there's not really many instances where, UNSC don't really build infantry that much unless they're Cutter. Which, against Cutter, that'd be great, building Jackals. But, I don't know. I feel like they are just just average. I feel like they're just average because they're only good against infantry. They're one-trick ponies, They are definitely They are definitely better than flamethrowers, and they're definitely better than them. And if you ever do destroy a Spartan tank and the Spartan gets out, those Jackals will tear them up instantly, even if you starred. So, you know what? Let's give the good old Jackal boys some love. Give them a good old A tier for them. Just because of their viability against the most dangerous threats on the battlefield. Because the most dangerous threats are Spartans and the Covenant leaders. So something could kill both of those very quickly. I definitely think they do deserve their A tier position just because of that. Suies! Suey! I love these little guys, but I don't love them blowing my base up. Very explosive, very dangerous little beasts. Yeah, they blow shit up, It's just situational, really. That's all I gotta really say about them. They're just situational. They're a one-trick pony, but that one trick is fucking fantastic. So, they blow the fuck out of your ass. Sad. It's upsetting that they die, though. It's very upsetting that they die, but I guess that hence the name, huh? Damn. They don't deserve it, but they're happy to do it, I guess. So let them do it, I guess. Locust. Beware. Watch the skies. They got locusts. I swear to God, if I ever see a fucking modder make these things fly, I'll scream. Because they don't need to fucking fly. They already have enough range and other bullshit. I hate these fucking things. But anyway, apart from my hatred for them, I would also say they're pretty situational. you know, one-trick pony. Destroys buildings. That's all they do. I mean, they're not half bad at killing, like, light infantry, like anti-infantry, and just, well, this main infantry. They're not half bad at it, but, like, when you see ODSTs or even rains of rockets coming at you, then you're kind of just fucked. So, yeah, it's kind of the reason why they are just situational. They only kill buildings. That's it. So, I mean, they're definitely clutch when you pull them off to kill a base, but thing is, though, the amount of locusts you need to kill a base at a rapid succession, or a rapid rate, sorry, to kill it quickly. The problem is, though, if you don't destroy the base, and you have 20 locusts and you just lost that, well, you could have built a scarab with all those resources, and that sucks. You could have built 2 scarabs, actually, with all those resources. Locusts are very expensive. So that's kind of the main issue, is that their price tag is a little high for how squishy they are. So if you lose a full force of them, that's just like, you know, and you don't get to destroy a base, you know. That's kind of just like GG's at that point, because you just wasted like a million resources building them. So, and he didn't destroy the base, and that's just upsetting as hell. And you probably just feel like resigning at that point too. Marines, kind of the same thing, I'd say. Well, no, they go in B tier. They go in B. Just average. They lock down good. They got decent health. They got those grenades. They blow shit up. Pretty self-explanatory shit. They're not really too great against vehicles, despite them having like missiles and shit later on. But, well, I mean, they're good against like locusts. They're good against like ghosts, cyclops, gremlins. They're half bad against elephants, but I mean, like, I could have a full force of tanks against a full force of like Wolverines, Warthogs. They don't have a fun time then. So I definitely feel like, yeah, they're just average. Just average. ODST, drop it on your ass. Fuck it. I'll put him in S. These motherfuckers are just, I mean, they're just fucking relentless, dude. The moment that, if you're going against a good cutter that knows what he's fucking doing, and he gets ODSTs, honestly, just resign. He'll make your life a living hell. I'm not even kidding. Oh, did you enjoy living? Too bad. Have an ODST, bitch. The moment that ODSTs are on the battlefield, it changes everything. Especially if you don't have the one character that is kind of built to counter cutter. The reason that it's a big problem is because hardly anyone plays him, and that's Forge. Forge with Grizzlies makes cutter absolutely obsolete. Grizzlies in that specific circumstances is absolutely, I mean, it's just beautiful. Grizzlies are beautiful to kill cutter. But that's the problem though. No one plays Forge. It's very rare that you see anyone play him. Because most people either play Cutter and Anders, or they play Chieftain. Chieftain and Prophet, basically. It basically goes to those 4. Prophet, Chieftain, Anders, and Cutter. You rarely will see a Forge. Forges are pretty rare in that instance. And if you don't have a Forge against a Cutter, it's hell. Because you don't have the Carpet Bomb. Carpet Bombs are really good against a force of ODSTs. And you don't have the Grizzlies, which are the best thing to kill them. Scorpions are really good against them too, but they will tear your shit up pretty badly if you're not careful. Those rockets do not play around. They are not for show when they're ODSTs. They seem to hit a lot harder. Actually, I know that they hit a lot harder. And they have a decent amount of health for just an infantry unit. They have a lot of health. And the fact that they can have 40 of them is a problem. They can easily secure... they have the most map control as Cutter. When ODSTs are on the field, it just changes your entire perspective on everything. And like I said, if you don't have a forge, it's not completely impossible to counter ODSTs. Like, there is definitely, scorpions, jackals, but grizzlies just make it a hell of a lot easier. Because grizzlies, you can just have 3 guys, 3 Spartans in grizzlies and then call it a day. But you can't do that with scorpions. Scorpions will not have a fun time with an army of ODSTs. They will still win against them, mind you, but the problem is that ODSTs take a little bit to kill, and by the time you probably kill them all with scorpions, they probably have another army. With grizzlies, on the other hand, they do so much more damage. Their scrapnels actually do kill infantry a lot better. Like I said, Forge is like the only character in the game that really does put a foot in Cutter's mouth. Outside of him, though, yeah, Forge technically isn't really that great. Otherwise, he's just very strong against Cutter, I feel. So not having a Cutter makes ODSTs S tier, in my opinion. They just have so much map control, a lot of health, a lot of damage. They're good against air. Even Hawks kind of struggle against them at times. Prophet! So, Prophet, let's give Prophet... Do I give Prophet A tier, or do I give him S tier? I feel like I give him A tier. The only reason, actually, that he's not S tier is because vampires exist. One vampire shoots you with his ability and you're stunned. You literally have to go back to base at that point. And if you get cryo-bombed, disruptor bombed, you literally can't do anything besides watch your Prophet die, unless you have a massive army to help your Prophet, but Prophet's also very squishy, even at a high rank. So, you're probably gonna lose the Prophet. Almost every time they do that fucking strat, where they use a vamp and a disruptor bomb, you're probably gonna lose them almost every fucking time. Which is a pain in the ass. Prophet, otherwise, though, destroys pretty much everything in the game with relative ease. Even a Scarab with some of the highest HP points in the game gets absolutely fucking shredded from a full blast of Prophet's beam. Prophet's also one of the most deadly characters with Unity reactors. Reactors, the tech that they need to build tanks. Well, he could just go around and be like, hey, that's a nice reactor there, buddy. Let me just blow that shit up. How many people have been in that situation? Probably a lot of you. Probably all of you. Prophets are very good at just getting around bases and destroying your most valuable shit. Which what makes him A tier. He's just very good at flanking. Because he could just have his majority of his army. Because it only takes Prophet. It only takes Prophet himself to destroy your reactors. It doesn't take long either. You gotta babysit those reactors with something. You gotta babysit those bastards. Because that motherfucker, those creepy old hands are gonna be coming after your ass. He's gonna finger you. And once he fingers you, you lose your tanks. You lose your tank privileges. And that's no good. So, just don't get fingered and you'll be okay against Prophet. Scarab! AI's favorite fucking unit that they build all the time! I'm sorry. Fucking... Oh, you don't understand how mad I get when I fucking see this thing. Oh, the AI's hands, I see it all the fucking time. I'm very familiar with this fucking piece of shit. I am very familiar. Honestly, I'm putting it in C tier. Very situational. Scarabs, people use Scarabs for... well, they try to use them for offense, but honestly, the Scarab kind of fucking is ass on the offense. It's very easily obliterated. Either by a Mag Blast or a Cryo Bomb or a couple of Spartans and tanks can easily destroy a Scarab. But what the Scarab is good at is defending a base. Defending a shielded Covenant base is what it's good at. It's the king of defense. Not the king of defense, but well, no, yeah, I'd say the king of defense actually, because there is no other unit in the game that can take as much punishment as a Scarab. And I say king of defense because if you do get it some good old, good stars and stuff, even starred Spartans, like, veteran Spartans will have trouble with it. If you get a 3-star Scarab by some miraculous way, you are in a very good position, and could actually use it as an offensive unit at that point, as it would have so much health and damage that nothing could really stop it at that point, especially if you have healers on it, and if your allies are supporting it as well. That Scarab might as well be, the second coming of Christ at that point. So, yeah, I mean, Scarabs are very good at defense and just building up their veterancy over time. Scarabs are only ever very deadly, though, when they get 2 to 3 stars. When that happens, you're kind of in a pickle. You definitely got to either throw everything you have at it to possibly kill it, because that thing's going to just hurt like a motherfucker if you let it get past. Or, I mean, I guess you could target bases, but even then, not a great idea. I don't know. It just depends on the situation you're in, I suppose. But yeah, these guys are really good at defending bases. It's really hard to have your army deal with the large turrets on the bases, a shielded base with their leader able to jump in at any time. With engineers more likely going to be there as well, with their allies helping the Scarab as well. It's just, Scarab is very good at defense. Even if it has to run away with its tail, which it's like sometimes, just knowing that, the Scarab had to take a lot of punishment. Well, I mean, it just buys you a lot of time. Like, Scarabs buy you a lot of time, which time is very essential in these games. So, yeah, it could be your worst purchase, and it could be your best. It just depends on the situation at hand, really. Scorpion. Do I really gotta say anything else? S tier. I mean, what can I say about the Scorpion? I mean, it's literally... It's literally the meta pick. Like, you will not... There will never be a game of Halo Wars where a 3v3 is going on in a Uni-season game and there's not a Scorpion being built. It's not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. These Scorpions exist to fuck shit up. And I do it with extreme prejudice. They have good maneuverability. They have good speed. They're pretty cost efficient, all things considered, for what they do. Their shrapnel is very hard hitting. They are pretty decently tanky, obviously because of the fucking tank. And Spartans in them just makes them press Y button and your enemies shit their pants or die. Yeah, like, I don't know what else to really say about the Scorpion. It's kind of straightforward. It does literally everything. The reason why the Scorpion is S tier, it's a jack of all traits, and it pretty much almost excels at every trait. There's even against the air, like, even though it's like it says it's bad against the air, it's not really bad against the air. I mean, a full Air Force, yeah, it'll get pounded, but like Spartans with tanks, they'll still shred air pretty good, honestly. With those fucking machine guns, they will still shred air. The only thing that really counters them pretty badly is like sacrificing banshees. At that point, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. But I mean, even then, it's still kind of manageable at times. But yeah, for the most part, scorpions are just, you know, you're gonna see them in every game, and they're gonna kick ass in every game. It's just kind of how it goes. Scorpions are pretty much the king of Halo Wars. If there was like a unit that was probably the definite best, it would be the Scorpion probably. It probably would be the Scorpion is the best unit in the fucking game, like hands down. It just does everything really well. That's all I gotta really say about it now. Cobra, kind of the same way with the Scarab. Very situational, very defensive unit. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say about it. It does a lot of damage to tanks. It's an anti-vehicle. It locks down, blows shit up, kills a tank like a Scorpion pretty much almost instantly. If it's veteran anyway. And if it's a veteran Spartan, then pray that it doesn't fuck you in the ass. Because it will do a lot of damage. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of happy with the Cobra just being there. Okay, that's a Spartan, right? Okay. Spartan! S tier. Yeah, S tier. I was gonna debate for A, but no, they had to be S tier. Putting them in any upgraded vehicle that you have just makes it indefinitely better. Spartans are just really... I mean, even on the ground, they're not half bad, but... Well, okay, on the ground they kind of fucking suck ass. I'm thinking of the mod with the Spartans on the ground, but on the ground in vanilla, they fucking suck ass. Yeah, when they're in vehicles, though, they tear shit up. They do not give a fuck. The fact that you can have so many stars with a Spartan is just absolutely insane. I mean, a 14 armored tank is just nightmare fuel. And the fact that a Wraith can have 15! And it hits you even harder than a Scorpion. It's like, what the fuck? What is that Spartan doing in there to make that Wraith fucking that much more powerful? Is he fucking juicing it up with his fucking enhanced fucking jizz cum or whatever? You know, Spartan 2 cum? I don't know. Like, he's doing something in that tank. It ain't normal. It's fucked up, whatever he's doing in there. Because there ain't no way that Scarab dies in 4 shots by a Wraith. Like, it's fucking nuts, bro. I don't know what he's doing with that. I don't know what he's doing to those tanks, but he's just pumping his dick and everything in there, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He must be gassing that shit with his fucking Spartan cum or something. I don't know. I have no idea how that shit works. I'm not a biologist, bioengineer with Spartans or nothing. I have no idea how their jizz works. If it, like, they jizz in a tank and it just makes it better. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea what happens to that. But the fact that they just make any vehicle better by a large, like, margin. I mean, a Grizzly fully max with a Spartan probably has the same health as an unupgraded, like, not unupgraded, unveteran Scarab. Like, it's nuts. I mean, it's fucking absolutely nuts. Yeah, Spartans are really good. Being able to hijack 3, I mean, even if the enemy rushes you with tanks and you just release 3 Spartans from the base or something, well, that's just 3 tanks you just stole right away. There you go. If you have the upgrade for it, they pretty much steal vehicles instantly. I mean, Spartans can really change the tide of a fight. Definitely change the tide of a fight with the Spartans. Vampire! Here! S tier. Vampires are S tier because they just... they dominate the sky. I mean, if you have vampires in the air, they rule the skies. I mean, it kind of comes to a numbers game more than anything with air, but when it comes to vampires, it's like once you have enough vampires, the air is yours. You just dominate all air control. Vultures can't get past, nothing. Hawks can't fight you, nothing can. Yeah, I definitely feel like the vampire is just S tier because it literally... If you have any air issues, they are the kings of killing air. Absolute kings. I mean, even Spartan. There's a reason why you don't really see Spartans and Hawks that much. It's because a single vampire can counter them. Even if it's a max upgraded Hawk, doesn't matter. A vampire stuns him and it's over. That Spartan's fucked, and all that veterancy went to waste. Yeah, like there's nothing you can do. Like they dominate the air. That's it. That's all it has to say about it. They dominate the air. Absolute dominate the air. You have like 15 vampires. The air, you just control everything in the air. That doesn't matter at that point. Banshee in the air. Honestly, I'm gonna go with. They're definitely up here, no doubt. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting them with S. I'm putting Banshees in S tier as well. It only makes sense because everything that the Covenant have in air department is OP as fuck. Their vampires are the best anti-air in the game. Their engineers are the best healers in the game. The Banshees are the best scouts in the game. They're the best. They're the fastest things in the game, and they are also very highly damaging to tanks. The Wolverines are pretty much like their one weakness, but even that, like, even a Wolverine force, I mean, they could do some pretty heavy damage to them before they die. Especially as they sacrifice into the fucking things, the Wolverines. Yeah, they can, like, pretty much just obliterate everything as well. Yeah, they're really, really good. I feel like the entire air department for Covenant is just S. They're just all so fucking good, and they're pretty much built in every game. So, I mean, put it in this perspective. A UNSC Vulture, an Uber unit, can be defeated by one Vulture. One fucking Vulture. Can be, like, one vampire can defeat a Vulture. Like, isn't that fucking crazy? The fact that it's 900 pop, or, sorry, 900 pop, 900 resources at 6 pop, and yet this 2 pop with 250 resources can beat this thing. Unless the Vulture can get a Y ability off first, but only in that circumstance would the Vulture be able to kill. But even then, all it would take is 2 vampires. You might be able to kill one, but then the other one gets them. It doesn't matter. 2 vampires can still kill it. Vampires are never alone. Let's be honest, they're never fucking alone. Just because of the fucking. Just because of vampires' very existence, Vultures. Vultures, I think they go in F, honestly. I think Vultures are... I mean, there is times you can get away with, like, if your allies are kicking ass or whatever, there is times that, like, you can't get away with, like, oh yeah, let me just build some Vultures and blow something up or whatever. But, I mean, realistically, you're just wasting your damn time building that thing. Like, name me one unit you would... Like, I'd rather want 9 ghosts than that thing. I'd rather want 9 ghosts. I'm not even shit joking around. Like, I'd rather what 9 Ghosts than that fucking piece of garbage. It's slow as fuck. It's weak as fuck. It only does high damage, and it only does good amount of damage to, like, UNSC bases. I say UNSC bases because Covenant shielded bases, their missiles do a lot less damage to shields. So, you need a lot more vultures to build and to kill a base with missiles. And the amount of resources you would need to build, like 6 vultures, for instance. I mean, that's literally like, what is that? 2,700 plus another 2,700. That'd be like, what, 5,400, right? With 6 vultures, 5,400 resources. Plus, you probably use your leader power as well. So you need like, okay, so in order to kill a base instantly, and if you're playing as Cutter with 6 vultures, you would literally need, and to upgrade them. Let's not forget about that. We gotta upgrade the fucking things. So, with all the vultures, 5,400, with max blast 600. So that's already 6,000 resources right there if you're trying to insta kill a base. That's not even counting all the upgrades for the Mac Blast, the upgrades for the Vulture and stuff. But even if you just went with a regular Mac Blast and, you know, just try to kill it with 6 Vultures, that's still 6,000 resources, buddy. You know what you could have spent 6,000 resources on? Army of Scorpions, which are way better. Army of ODSTs, which is way better. Hell, an entire army of ODSTs is 4K! And a fucking army of ODST, you can easily fucking shred an army of vultures. Easily, with their eyes closed. Yeah, vultures are fucking F. Like, absolute just dog shit unit. Like, I'm pretty sure a full army of ghosts could kill them. I know they could. They do so piss poor damage without using their missiles. Like, yeah, F tier. Absolute F. Double F. Fuck you. Fuck the Vulture. Actually, you know what? The Vulture is so bad, it actually makes the Hornet go up 1 tier. I'm not even, like, shit joking around. Like, it's so bad, dude. Like, I don't know why you'd ever build it. It's so bad. It's so slow. It's like a fucking potato with guns. Ugh. Like, I think the Cobra is faster than it. And it's an air unit. It's so bad. Oh, God, it's so bad, the Vulture. Okay. But yeah, I'm taking... I put the Hornet up just because of its very existence, dude. It's so ass. Oh, God, it's ass. But anyway. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the Warthog. Probably the second best unit in the game. Like, no cap. They're great for rushing. S tier, obviously. They're great for rushing. They're not even that bad built. Like, if you built Warthogs the entire game, I wouldn't even really complain. Like, I really wouldn't, actually. Unless they built, like, non-stop tanks and you got pushed back by, you know, non-stop tanks. And maybe I'd be yelling at you, but, like, I don't know. Yeah, Warthogs are not bad. Like, in any stage of the game, they're pretty good against air. They're pretty good against... I mean, they're not even half bad against tanks, surprisingly. They do a lot of damage to them. It's just... They don't have the HP pool to match them. The HP is just too significantly different to really counter them, which thank God, because, I mean, if it wasn't for tanks, there'd be nothing to kill Warthogs. Like, absolutely nothing could kill a Warthog at that point if Scorpions could kill them. Yeah, so they're very fast. The best scout unit for the UNSC. Cheap as hell. They take a little bit of time to build, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Warthog rushes out there. Yeah, pretty just S tier. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Hawks. So unlike the Hornet and the Vulture, this thing actually got done some justice. I don't think it's as good as the Banshee. Well, it is better than like the Banshee in terms of durability and damage, but I feel like they're more A tier than S. Main reason being vampires. Vampires just soak in their blood. Vampires just eat them. Num num num. Just fucking eats those hawks. I mean, the hawks are pretty good against vampires. Like, they won't just get completely shredded by them, but the reason why I think the Banshee is just so much better than the hawks is just because of speed. I think the Banshees are just really good because of speed. Because speed does play a huge role in the game, and it's just Banshee. Well, I think Banshees are even cheaper than hawks. That's the thing too; they're cheaper. Because hawks are 250 and Banshees are 200. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that sounds about right. They're even cheaper. Like their upgrades are cheaper. And you can just spam Banshees. You're also Covenant, so you have 10 more Banshees. Or not 10. You have 5 more Banshees. They won't win against an army of Hawks, but, like, I think what makes them so deadly is the fact that they can just jump to base to base to base to base to base to base. And just destroy your reactors on every base. That's what makes them so deadly. Like, they're like deadly assassins in the sky. They're not the best at killing, any one thing, but they're really good at just assassinating specific targets. And they're too fast to really catch up to as well. So that's kind of why the Banshees are kind of like S tier, because their speed is like unmatched. Even to a hawk, it's unmatched. That's kind of why. That's like the only reason. If they didn't have that booster, then yeah, these positions would be swapped. But because of the boost, that thing, it just makes the Banshee S tier for me. Wolverine, A tier. I almost want to say S tier, but I'm not gonna do it just because of one thing. Well, actually, really two things. Really because of Banshees and Vampires. Like I said before, Banshees aren't even half bad at killing them, and Vampires are just better at killing air anyway. So if you have a Covenant guy in your team, I mean, it's always viable to, like, of course, build Wolverines with the Vampires, but let's say, for instance, your Covenant buddies, it's like, I'm just gonna build Vampires. Well, there you go. You don't gotta worry about nothing then, because that Covenant ally is gonna be thirsting. He's gonna be thirsting for those fucking air units, and he's just, the moment that he sees like a single Banshee, he's like, oh my god, send literally fucking a million Vampires after it. He's like, they're thirsty, dude. Like, I swear, the people that spam Vampires like that are actual vampires, but I love them. I love the people that spam Vampires, because, dude, they're just, they dominate the air. I don't have no problems with that. Dominate the air, buddy. The air's yours. I don't care. Take it. Take it all. Take all the air. Take all the oxygen. No, not literally. Anyway. But yeah, like, I'd say they're A tier just because of the 2 air units, honestly. And also, I mean, I think the main thing is that they're just really squishy. Like, the Vampires can actually, like, heal from damaging targets. Wolverines are just not able to heal, and there's so many more threats on the ground than air. Because, like, think about it. Like, how many threats are in the air? Wolverines, vampires, and warthogs, maybe some brutes. On the ground, you gotta worry about gremlins, you gotta worry about tanks, you gotta worry about banshees, warthogs can even fuck you up, cobras, you name it. Like, there's so many more ground units that can really shred. I mean, even marines, brutes, those shred your ass. Wolverines, there's just so many targets, so many enemies that can, shred them. They are very good. Like, Wolverines, a full army of Wolverines, I don't mind that either. I don't mind it. They do decent amount of damage to ground. They do very good damage to air, and they do really good with all their, really good against, Like if they all volley a base, for instance, with their Y ability, they do a lot of damage. But it's just there's just so many counters to them that I just feel like they're only A tier instead of S. There's just so many units that can kill them very quickly and efficiently. So yeah, that's kind of why the Wolverines are just A tier, but they are still very good. They're squishy, but they're still very good, and they're fast. They're fast as fuck. They can actually keep up with Warthogs, which is kind of impressive. Considering they have fucking back treads. Wraith. I feel like they're B tier. I feel like they're just barely below average. I feel like the Scorpion of course just hammers them. But I do think they are better than the Grizzly. They are better than the Elephant. They're not, I mean, I wouldn't say they're better than the Cobra specifically, but they are better than majority of C tier. I think they are pretty deadly. Like, if you don't have Spartan tanks, you actually realize that Wraiths can actually beat Scorpions. Wraiths do beat Scorpions if they don't have Spartans in the tanks of Scorpions. It's mainly their Y ability. Their Y ability on Wraiths are very deadly. If you have 3 Wraiths use a Y ability on a Scorpion, and you do that with each one, obviously the Scorpions can do that to Wraiths as well, but the thing is, you have more Wraiths than Scorpions, and the Wraiths will actually win pretty easily if you don't have Spartans in those tanks. Wraiths can actually overpower Scorpions, but it's just you don't really see it that often because, well, when do you not build Spartans in tanks? You know, so yeah. But Wraiths aren't half bad. It's just they get countered by pretty much majority of A tier. They get pretty much countered by majority of S tier. Yeah, that's kind of why it just stays at B tier, because the meta picks just punish it so hard. Chopper! Love that Chopper! I love the Chopper! As much as I love the Chopper, it's fucking F tier. It is literally, like, I know what I said about the Vulture, but at the very least, the Vulture can do one thing if it pulls it off, and that's blow up a base. And Vultures also do look very beautiful when they do it. But aside from being a meme, Choppers literally don't do anything. They just die. They don't do any fucking damage. The maneuverability is fucking ass. Especially when you compare it to a fucking Warthog, because the Warthog, you know, while it can turn better than a Chopper, it can also shoot in every direction. The Chopper, when it's, you know, it can only shoot in one direction, which makes it just horrible. And you'd think that it would be able to counter a Warthog. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. It gets fucking shredded by one. Not to mention, it takes 2 pop. Why the fuck is this unit 2 pop? Why is it twice as much as a Warthog? Why? Why is it so expensive, and why is it fucking 2 pop? It makes no sense. It's so ass. It is easily the worst scout unit. At the very least, Ghosts are fast. Choppers aren't even that fast. Choppers are pretty slow, all things considered, when you compare to scout units. And all they are, I will say they are kind of nice, because they do have extra health. They can easily, you know, avoid being one-shot like the Ghost, but again, just use a fucking Banshee. Use a damn Banshee, dude. It's so much easier, trust me. I mean, there's just so little things it can really do. It only exists to ram into something and then fly into the upper atmosphere. I mean, that's literally it. Yeah, that's literally it, actually. I'm just gonna leave it with that. Fartimer. Fartimer farts a lot. He stinks. I'd probably say A tier. I feel pretty confident to put him in A tier. Arbiter, while not as damaging as Prophet, he is very deadly against air and infantry. Especially air, though. Air is just... I mean, he is notorious against air. I mean, he literally fucking surfs on the damn things. He literally surfs on them. Fucks them. He has reflection damage. He heals after every single kill. At higher levels, when he gets veteran, at higher levels, he is an absolute fucking menace. You have to put a Destructor Bomb down, or otherwise that guy's gonna be just rampaging for 10 fucking minutes. Either a Destructor Bomb or 14-star Spartan come in and nuke his ass. Because, dude, it is so hard to kill an Arbiter when he's veteran. He's invisible, for one, so he already has the initial start. You know, he's able to start the fight whenever he wants. And, you know, the reflection just makes it all the worse. Against, you know, anti-infantry, for instance. Anti-infantry will actually get themselves killed trying to kill him. Same as Banshees. Banshees will actually get fucking shredded trying to kill him. Arbiter is very, very, very dangerous. And if you're trying to use vultures against him, don't even fucking bother. He will literally surf on that thing until it's fucking on the ground. Literally. I'm not even joking on that either. It will literally touch the damn ground. By the time he's done with it. Just fucking in its ass. Another reason why vultures suck ass is Arbiter's existence. Arbiter's existence might as well make it like F tier. Yeah. Arbiter's pretty much right there, I'd say. Now I'm noticing that a lot of these units down here are repeated, like the Banshee, so let's just go through. I know I haven't done him yet, but is Brute Chieftain the only thing left? Yeah, it looks like Brute Chieftain's the only one left. Alright. Final unit. My boy, my sexy beast. Brute Chieftain, my favorite leader in the game. I might be biased. I might be a little biased. No. No, I honestly think it's just right. I think this man deserves S. Reason being, he's tanky as fuck. As I've always stated, he is tanky as fuck. Tanky as shit, dude. He summons a vortex, which fucking sucks everything in. Very deadly against infantry, very deadly against tanks, very deadly against air. He has no weak points. I mean, technically he's weak against air if he doesn't have a vortex ready for them, like a vortex full of shit. But the moment he has a vortex full of shit, just run away from him. Just don't even bother. Run away. Run away. Because he will shred your ass. Even a Scarab would be like, oh my god! And run away. Yeah. Chieftain is the rushing king as well. He's very good at rushing. Probably the best leader at rushing because he has a lot of health. He has the brutes with him, which, I mean, he is just a beast at rushing. The moment that Brute Chieftain's on the field, there's not really many points where he's not fighting. At least that's how it should be. Brute Chieftain, he's just a guy that runs around and just has fun, really. It's like the way that you play Brute Chieftain is that you have to imagine Brute Chieftain as a little kid. Brute Chieftain's a little kid and just wants to have some fun. And you're kind of having to navigate him to the playground. And the playground is anything that's you know, a red icon around it, you know, an enemy sort of deal. So anything that's an enemy around you, just destroy it. You know, you gotta give Brute Chieftain something to hit. He's like a little kid. He just wants to smash stuff, you know? He just wants to get in there and fuck shit up. You gotta imagine it like you gotta imagine the map is not a battlefield. It's your playground. Have fun. Get on the swing set and just tear shit up. Like, I mean, that's what Brute Chieftain's kind of mentality is. It's just, you just get in there and have fun. It's not a battlefield, it's a fun zone. And that's what he's doing. He's just cleansing the map of fucking everything. You don't give a fuck. Even if it has to take his own troops to feed his vortex, you know? Just eat him up, blow shit up, you know? He don't give a damn, dude. He's just there to have fun. And that's why he's S tier. Because he makes the battlefield a playground. The only thing that really counters him, like hard counters him, is like max veteran, like scorpions, you know, with Spartans. But I mean, everything is countered by that technically. So, just don't let him get high level. But that's also the thing too, though. Chieftain is the one character that can 1v1 a 14 armored Spartan. Why? Well, he can stun it forever, basically. That's the only reason. Like, he can literally stun the fucking thing forever. Until it's dead. If his buddies aren't around, he's dead. Chieftain's great at killing prime targets with Spartans. Yeah. Brute Chieftain's a sexy beast. He's great at rushing. There's no point in the game where he falls off. If anything, he gets stronger as the game goes on. Like, he's probably like one of the strongest characters early game, and even in late game, he's still one of the strongest characters. Yeah, Brute Chieftain doesn't really have any soft spot. I do feel like maybe mid games where he struggles, just kind of because, well, that's kind of when they do get tanks up and Spartans and stuff. So he kind of does struggle a little bit in mid game, but like if he gets to like his, you know, max power, his veteran levels, then like a 5 to 6 star chieftain is just notorious. Like, it's just like, get the fuck away from him. Just don't even bother. Leave him alone. He's just having fun. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why. Now there you have it. There's the list. I'm just seeing if there's anyone that needs to go down or up. I feel like it's a solid list, actually. There's probably some people saying that that the Wolverine should be an S tier. I wouldn't really be opposed to that. But just because of I just feel like just because of the counters that it does have, it just kind of does keep it at A tier. It's just there's so many units that can't kill it pretty quickly, and I just feel like Vampires just kind of do its job better. I feel like someone's gonna say something about Hawks being better than Banshees, which, like, I'm not too opposed to that either. But I just feel like the strategies that you can do with Banshees, with their speed, their assassin capabilities, being able to wipe out, because you know, wiping out tech level is the most important thing you can do. Really, like that's even more important than wiping out a base. Like, yeah, wiping out a base with tech level would be great, but you know. Possibly, I mean, it's probably not going to happen, and it would take more time to do that anyway. Wiping, like, quickly destroying multiple people's tech level is going to give you a far, like, field advantage. And Banshees are just really good at being able to do that, because they're so fast. That's kind of why they kind of stay at S. No, I think this is a solid list. I don't think there's really anything, no, I don't think there's anything that really goes up or down. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, I know for a fact, like, tier lists always have people, you know, saying where they should and shouldn't go. That's fine. I mean, it's fun. It's kind of what makes the tier list so fun, just because we all have different opinions about it. I feel like this is a good list, though. I feel like I do see some people definitely criticizing it just because of the you know, some of the veteran like what do you call it, like the meta picks like Wolverine and Hawk. I feel like those two are definitely gonna be called out. I feel like those two, the people are gonna be the fans are S, but I don't know. I don't think so. I just feel like I said, I gave my reasons already. So I feel like, let's see. I feel like no one's gonna complain about D or F though. I feel like, I don't know, like maybe the Hornet C tier, but I don't know, dude. I feel like I'd rather want any unit in C tier than the Hornet. Like I'd rather want any army out of C tier than D tier than the Hornet. Like I don't know. I just I don't think the Hornet's good at all. I really don't. It has been a while since I've seen the base game Hornet, so maybe I'm wrong on that. But I don't know. I've played the campaign a while back. I remember I couldn't do shit with those Hornets at all. Like I couldn't do anything with them. Even on heroic, I couldn't do shit with them. They just die too fast. They're kind of slow too. Not to mention that. I think that's good. I think that's a good fucking list right there. That's my list. Look at it. Yeah. Damn straight. I was gonna do like left to right best, but I think we already know what the best are. I mean, the best are definitely the Scorpion, the Warthog. I mean, that was a no-brainer. You clicking on this video. I mean, those two. I'd be surprised if those two aren't always the best in every tier list. Because there's not many counters to them. There really isn't. Not many at all. It's just the few counters that are against like the Warthog, for instance, are part of the meta. Like, you know, Scorpions, for instance, and ODSTs, and Banshees. Like those are like the only three vehicles that kind of counter Warthogs, and yeah, they're all very expensive by comparison. Yeah, that's a good list though. I think I'm happy with it. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are on this list. I think I've done good. I think it's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. So, yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I love seeing people like talk about this type of shit. It's just, it is interesting. It is interesting to see what others will say. All right, that's all I got for this one. This is a little Legendary Falcon Titans signing off. Peace.